Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this time, I want to read The Last Train Home. The judul. Let's start. The Last Train Home. Daniel looked at his watch. It was 90 to 45 p.m. and he had just finished another long day at work. He packaged his laptop into his pack, uh, backpack, turned off the light in the office, and hurried toward the train station. The last train home will leave at exactly 11 p.m. The streets were almost empty. A cool wind blew through the city, and most of the shows had already closed. Daniel walked as fast as he could, hoping he would arrive before the train left. When he reached the station, he heard the uh, announcement. The last train will depart in 2 minutes. He quickly bought his ticket and ran to platform 3. Just as the train doors were about to close, he stepped inside. Breathing heavily, he found an empty seat near the window. The train slowly began to move. Daniel leaned back and closed his eyes for a moment. It had been a difficult week. His company was preparing for an important project, and everyone had been working overtime. When he opened his eyes again, he noticed an elderly man sitting across from him. The old man wore a simple gray coat and carried a small leather bag. Although he looked tired, he had a warm smile on his face. "Long day?" the old man asked. Daniel smiled politely. "You could say that. I remember those days," the man replied, always catching deadlines. Daniel laughed. "How did you know? You have the same experience I used to see in the mirror." For a few minutes, neither of them spoke. The train continued through the quiet city, stopping at one station after another. Finally, Daniel asked, "What did you do for a living?" "I was a teacher," the old man answered. "What subject?" "History." "History," Daniel nodded. "I wasn't very good at history." The old man smiled. "Many students told me that, but history isn't just about remembering dates, it's about understanding people." The teacher continued. "Every person you meet has a story. Some stories are filled with success, others are filled with failure, but every story teaches us something." Daniel looked out the window. The city light reflected on the glass like teeny stare. "I don't think my story is very interesting," he said quickly. The old man laughed softly. "That because you're still writing it." Daniel threw about those words. For the first time in weeks, he stopped thinking about work. Instead, he thought about his family. He realized that he had not visited his parents for almost 3 months. He had canceled dinner with his friend several times because he was too busy Even his favorite hobby, playing the guitar, had slowly disappeared from his life. I've been working too much, Daniel admitted. Work is important, teacher said, but life is larger than work. Then Trine entered a tunnel. For a few seconds, everything outside became dark. When the train came back into the light, the old man continued. When I was young, I believed success meant earning more money every year. But after I retired, I realized something. What was that? The people I remember most were not my bosses. Daniel listened carefully. They were my student. They were my student. I don't remember every lesson I took, the old man said, but I remember their smile, their question, and the day they believed in themselves. Daniel smiled. My English teacher was like that. Then don't forget to thank you, teacher. Thank your teacher while you still can. The train became quieter as more passengers got up. Soon only a few people remained. This is my stop, the old man said as the train slowed down. He stopped up, picked up, picked pocket up his leather bag and smiled once more. It was nice talking to you. You too, Daniel replied. The old man stepped up the train and disappeared into the night. Daniel never even learned his name. When Daniel finally arrived home, he did something unusual. Instead of opening his laptop to finish more work, he called his parents. They talked for nearly an hour. His mother sounded surprised but happy. The next weekend, Daniel visited them. He also met his old friends for dinner and spent Sunday afternoon playing the guitar again. Nothing in his job had changed. His salary was the same. His often was the same. His responsibilities were the same. But Daniel had changed. Sometimes people spend years searching for advice in book, seminar, or expensive course. Yet one simple conversation with a stranger can change the way they see life. Daniel often took the last train home after that night. He never saw that old teacher again. But every time the train passed through the tunnel, he remembered one sentence: "You're still writing your story." And from that day forward, he decides to make the story worth reading. And the end. This is a good story from the AI, Gemini, ChatGPT. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.